afternoon, Miss Conroy.
Good afternoon.
My name is William Wynn, and I represent the state of Midlands. I'd like to start by talking to you about the scope of your involvement in today's case. Now, on August 30th of 2012, you didn't see Winston Thomas get hurt, did you?
Thankfully, no, I didn't.
On August 30th of 2012, you weren't in the Tunnel of Terror's operating controls when Whitney Bowman put the ride in blackout mode.
No, sir, I wasn't.
Miss Conroy, you tell the members of the jury you can't tell them anything about what actually happened on the day of the robbery.
No.
Then let's go ahead and rewind a little bit to that day of August 29th of 2012, which you told us a bit about. Now on that day, you saw this control panel, right?
That's correct, I did.
I want to break down how it works a little bit. Now, this button up here is a green start button, right?
Yes, that's correct.
This is a red stop button, true?
Yes, sir.
And then on the other side of the panel is this blue maintenance lever.
Yes, that's the maintenance lever. However, the control panel itself is actually smaller than this. Just so you know.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Conroy. Now, when you want to start the ride, you have to press this green button into the control panel, true?
Yes, you have to push the button.
When you want to stop this ride, you have to push the red button into the control panel.
Yes, you push the button.
Now, when you want to put the ride in blackout mode, you pull that lever.
I mean, it's a lever, yes. You pull or you push.
So pull, not press,
Pull or push up, yes.
but not press into the control panel.
No.
Then let's go ahead and rewind a little bit more. You mentioned how Cameron Poole and Whitney Bowman used to work at your park a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Now, you said on direct examination that you caught Cameron Poole stealing from your park.
Yes.
Then you talked about how Whitney Bowman was assigned to replace him on that ride.
Yes, she was.
You told us that Whitney Bowman would go on breaks and that Cameron Poole would then take that stand back over, correct?
And that's when money began disappearing.
That's right. When the defendant went on breaks and Cameron Poole came over, money started to disappear.
Yes.
Now, Miss Conroy, you have no idea why the defendant went on breaks at those times?
I mean, I run a business where my employees get a break. That's legal.
Miss Conroy, you have no idea if the defendant and Cameron Poole discussed having Cameron Poole come back to that stand when Whitney Bowman was on her breaks.
I don't know what they discussed together, but she was entitled to taking a break.
Nevertheless, you have no idea what they may have discussed about Cameron Poole taking over that position.
I do not know.
But you did get to know the two of them pretty well during that summer, right?
I mean, I like to think that I know all my employees pretty well.
That's right. And so you noticed that Cameron Poole and Whitney Bowman would often chat together at your park, true?
Yes, we all spoke together.
You noticed that the two of them, when they could, well, they'd try and take a break together.
I mean, yeah, they talk, they went on breaks, yes.
Miss Conroy, based on your experience with Whitney Bowman and Cameron Poole in that summer, you'd say that the defendant was inseparable with the man who was stealing money from your park.
That's true, which is quite unusual actually, because it's crazy. They were as different as night and day. Cameron, like I said, was a bit misguided, however, she was such a nice young girl.
Miss Conroy, bringing you back to my question, and I need you to answer with a yes. You'd say that the defendant was inseparable with someone who was stealing from your amusement park.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you. No further questions at this